All right, let's just jump right in. If you're running a trade business, I bet you know this feeling all too well. You're working hard to grow, but the very software that's supposed to help you, well, it feels like it's actually holding you back. So today, we're going to talk about building a system that finally breaks that cycle, a system that actually works the way you do. Sound familiar? I thought it might. It's the reality for so many business owners, right? That constant low-level hum of stress. You're literally fighting with the tools that are supposed to be making your life easier. And this reality, it's got a name. I like to call it the daily digital chaos. It's all that moment-to-moment friction that just quietly eats away at your time and your energy. I mean, just think about your email inbox for a second. Is it really a tool, or has it become a total dumping ground? You know what I'm talking about. This messy, chaotic to-do list where an urgent client request is buried under 5 supplier invoices and a pile of junk mail. That's not a system, my friend. That is a trap. And it's not just your inbox, is it? The client's phone number is in your contacts app, the job details are in some spreadsheet, the quote you sent is a Word doc somewhere, and the team's schedule is on a whole other calendar app. Nothing is connected, which means you're the one who has to manually connect all the dots, and that just wastes so much precious time. And what's the end result of all this? You spend hours building proposals from scratch, hunting down that one piece of information you know you saw somewhere, and manually updating 3 different places every single time a job status changes. These are the low-value tasks that keep you chained to your desk and away from the high-value work. So, let's be clear. This isn't just a minor annoyance. This digital clutter, this chaos, has a very real and often very high cost to your business. This leads directly to something called a growth plateau. Think of it like an invisible ceiling. It's that point where your business just stops growing because it can't grow any bigger than, well, you. If every single quote, every schedule change, every invoice has to pass through your hands, guess what? You just become the bottleneck. The business literally cannot get any bigger than your own personal capacity to handle stuff. This chaos is actively draining money right out of your business. Every hour you waste on admin is an hour you're not billing. Every mistake from a manual data entry error can lead to expensive rework. And hey, when you're just trying to keep your head above water, you are definitely missing opportunities to upsell or offer more services to your clients. These aren't hypotheticals. These are real profit leaks. Okay, so what's the fix? Well, it's probably not what you're thinking. We need to look beyond the usual suspects. Look, the answer is not to go download yet another app that promises to solve one tiny piece of this giant puzzle. The real solution is to take a step back and build a foundational operating system for your entire business. A single, unified system that actually runs your whole workflow from start to finish. And the difference here is just it's night and day. Standard off-the-shelf software tries to force you into its pre-made box. It's generic, it's often clunky, and it keeps your data locked away in all these separate little islands. But a custom system? That's a different beast entirely. It's built around your unique workflow. It's seamless, all your data talks to each other, and, this is the big one, it actually adapts and grows right alongside your business. Now, I know the phrase architecting your own system might sound a little intimidating, but I promise you, it's actually a very logical and methodical process when you break it down. It really boils down to 3 clear steps. First, you just identify the core objects in your business. So your clients, your jobs, the properties you work on, your team members. Think of them like your fundamental Lego blocks. Step 2 is mapping out how those blocks connect to each other. How does a client link to a job? What info does a team member need for that specific job? This is where you create your blueprint. And then finally, once you have that clear blueprint, you can build the automated system that fits your business perfectly. And here's the best part. You don't necessarily need some crazy expensive, specialized software to do this. This can often be built using powerful, accessible tools. For example, a simple script in Google Workspace can automatically create a new client folder the second a lead comes in. A mobile app built with something like AppSheet can give your team in the field just the job details they need, without all the extra noise. And you can even integrate AI to do the real heavy lifting, like generating a detailed, multi-page proposal from just a few key bits of info. So what does this actually look like when it's all put together? Well, it's a complete transformation. It's going from total chaos to absolute control. Okay, picture this workflow for a second. A new lead comes in. Instantly, a professional branded proposal is generated and emailed out. No one even touched a button. The client clicks approve, and bam, the work order automatically pops up on your team's mobile app out in the field. The second they mark that job as complete, an invoice is created and sent to the client. I mean, come on, that is a fully connected automated system. No more dropped balls, ever. Let me give you a quick real-world example. One client had a skilled employee spending a full 20 minutes on a single data entry task, just creating one proposal. We automated it. Now, that same task takes less than 30 seconds. Just think about multiplying that kind of time saving across your entire business every single day. Because that's what this is really all about, right? It's not about the fancy technology for its own sake. It's about one thing and one thing only: getting your time back. It's about freeing yourself and your team from the daily grind of low-value work so you can actually focus on what moves the needle. So I'll just leave you with this question to chew on. What could you really build? What new services could you launch? How much faster could your business truly grow if your team was finally free to focus on the high-value work that actually makes you money, instead of just, pushing people around?